Hey everyone, this is Daryl Christopher coming at you from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And as you can see, it's a very snowy day, very hot like weather out there. And this is going to be my second video in my series of what I have in my toy box collection. So this is the second box, and let's get down to it and see what we have in this one. Here we go. We have a rare figure from the Star Wars 30th anniversary collection. We have Darth Revan. Very cool figure. Here's another rare figure. This is Darth Malak from the 30th anniversary collection. I think I got both of these figures at Ottawa Comic Con a few years back before I ran out of space with when it came to collecting toys and had to give it up. But yeah, very cool stuff. I'm glad to have them as part of the collection. This is my only vintage era figure that I have carded, but I remember this figure as a boy. I absolutely loved it. I think there's something that Canadians identify with when it comes to Hoth and Empire Strikes Back, because we know the snow and we know the cold, and it's part of our lives. And I think that movie, to me, Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith are probably by far the best Star Wars movies until probably they're going to be surpassed by episode 7. So this was like a deep part of my childhood. I used to build trenches in the snow while I was waiting for the bus as a kid for school. And I used to imagine, like fighting the Empire and protecting the rebel base at Hoth and then evacuating. So yeah, this was a lot of good childhood time. These guys were my friends. So Han Solo, very good friend. So here he is in his Hoth outfit, and that's from The Empire Strikes Back. So this is that's an old figure. Ah, here we have the Macquarie concept of R2D2 and C3PO. As you can see, R2D2 Real 2 Dialogue 2 is a lot more silver. He doesn't have that pop of the blue and white. And then C3PO kind of looks like more like the robot from Metropolis than how he came out to be in the movies. But I love Macquarie. He was such a visionary. And these figures are just beautiful. Here we have this. Someone I think gave this to me as a gift, but we have Spider-Woman from the Secret Wars series. That was probably my favorite Spider-Woman of the bunch. And the Mark V armor from Iron Man. So, yeah, there you go. Here we have a figure from the vintage collection from a few years back, and this is part of the expanded universe. This is Nom Anor. Very cool stuff. As you know, according to Star Wars canon, the expanded universe doesn't count for anything. It's all about what happens in episode 7. So very cool that we have this part of Star Wars history that a lot of people who've been waiting for episode 7 have no idea about. Here we have from the vintage collection, Kithaba. He was a skiff guard for Jabba the Hutt, and very cool figure. You might have saw a few seconds of him in Return of the Jedi. So very cool. Here we go. This is the classic Night Owl from the Watchmen movie, or the Watchmen series of comic books. Very cool stuff. I really like the Watchmen figures. It'd be nice to... It's too bad it was one of those things that should never have been made into sequels, but I would have loved to see where it all would have ended up. So Watchmen, very good stuff. One of my favorite movies, and I loved reading the comic book in trade paperback compilation. So very cool stuff. Oh, here we go. This is every boy's dream. We have Princess Leia in her slave outfit. Now, you'll always see a few girls at comic book conventions or science fiction conventions who wear this outfit. This is the outfit that everyone loved and got hot and heavy for. So there you go. And here we have from the vintage collection, this is Dr. Evazan. He's the I Don't Like You Either guy, and having his death sentence in a whole bunch of systems. So as you can see, he was quite a disfigured gentleman. No wonder he had such a bad demeanor. So there you go. You remember him from the Mos Eisley Cantina, where they don't serve droids. Oh, here's one of the last figures I picked up. This is Queen Amidala. Very cool. Very cool stuff. Oh, here's one from the vintage collection. This is Aayla Secura. I loved her. I was so sad when she died in Revenge of the Sith. Like, she was a beautiful Jedi. Oh, here we have the Macquarie Concepts Stormtrooper. So a little bit different. They had a lightsaber blade and they had a huge shield. So very cool stuff from the 30th anniversary collection. Oh, here we go. This is the prototype armor Boba Fett. So I had to send away for that figure. I think I had to get some UPCs together, and but I got it. So very cool stuff. That looks even cooler than Boba Fett. Like, you know, I like him in white. Very cool stuff. Now, since I am a Daryl, I have to say that I couldn't say no to the Walking Dead figure of Daryl Dixon. Very cool stuff, keeping it real. I'm looking forward to the mid-season premiere starting next week, so I'm looking forward to that. Oh, here we have some very interesting characters. We have Daredevil and Bullseye. Bullseye looked absolutely terrible in the movie. They should have stuck with the original costume and not that silly Colin Farrell scar stamp target on the head thing. I didn't like it at all. This is the real deal way of having things out there. Daredevil, very cool character. I always liked him, and he met his match with Bullseye, that's for sure. From the Power of the Force collection, I have 2-1B, the medic droid. And as you can see, kind of looks like he has a 1930s microphone as his mouth. But he was a good guy. He fixed up Luke after he got into trouble. And, you know, it's always good to have a medical droid around. Here we have from the Saga Legends collection. This is Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing outfit. Very cool stuff. Here we have Ponda Baba, aka the Walrus Man. You might remember him from the Mos Eisley Cantina in episode 4. He's kind of a funny guy, but it takes a brave character to pull off an orange jacket. If you're not a prisoner, that is. So very cool stuff here. Oh, here's a treat for you. This is the Macquarie Concept Han Solo. He looks suspiciously like a skinnier, blonder version of George Lucas, as you can see from the picture there, and looks nothing like the Han Solo that we came to know and love in the movies. So very cool stuff here. Here we have 8D8 from the Power of the Force collection. Very cool stuff. Now, I'm not really into Anakin Skywalker action figures, but I like this one of him as the boy, where it all began in episode 1. Very cool. Here we have from the Attack of the Clones, Jedi Plo Koon. Very cool guy. He was definitely a very powerful Jedi. It was sad when he died. Oh. Here's my favorite character of episode 4. Evacuate in a moment of triumph? I think you overestimate their chances. I remember this guy from watching when back in the day when I only had 3 channels on TV. This was the guy who was always fighting vampires and Dracula, and then I see him as the bad guy on Star Wars, and I was just like blown away. Very cool. Grand Moff Tarkin. Here we have an Imperial Navy commander. I wonder if there was some decree by the Empire saying, the Emperor said probably, Darth Vader, you're such a cool guy. I'm going to make everyone who serves under us wear like helmets like you. Is that what happened? Was there just some memorandum one day and they said, from now on our hats are going to look like this because Lord Vader likes it that way. And it's one of those mysteries. I guess we could ask George Lucas one day and find out. But who knows? Oh, this guy was massive. I remember him. Savage Opress from the Clone Wars series. Brother of Darth Maul. Very badass. Very powerful. Oh, I hate Jar Jar, but I've learned to tolerate him. And, I couldn't say no to having at least one Jar Jar Binks action figure. So there it is. It's my hidden shame. I can live with it though, but yeah. I know kids loved them, and I think they were trying with episode 1 to build up a young fan base and then just blow them out of the water with Revenge of the Sith. So, a lot of people didn't get it, but, even in the worst Star Wars movies, they have something really amazing about them. I mean, even like the holiday special, they had the Boba Fett cartoon, and they have something that is like a gem no matter what. So that's why we probably love Star Wars the way we do. It has the action, the drama, the comedy, the suspense, the adventure. So very cool stuff. There's Jar Jar. Niece, I think people gonna die. Here is Darth Vader from the Vintage Collection. Very cool stuff. Oh, from the Power of the Force, I have Nien Nunb. Very funny guy. But Lando certainly appreciated him in Return of the Jedi when they flew their way in and out of the second Death Star. So very cool stuff. Oh, here's a figure from the Power of the Force collection. It's Captain Piet. This is before you are in Kapan now, Admiral Piet. Don't fail me again. So very cool stuff. I mean, leave it to the most evil guys to have like the coolest uniforms. It's just like the Nazis in real life. Like, wrong ideas, but when it comes to wardrobe, those guys know what they're doing. Very cool. And here we have some battle droids. 2-pack of them. So, yeah. They look suspiciously a lot like Scud the Assassin in many respects. I don't know if you've read that comic book, you can see that the head kind of looks similar. But those guys were just useless. I mean, they weren't like Terminator style droids in Star Wars, which they could have had. These guys were you know, as bad as stormtroopers that can't hit anything. So, you know, battle droids. Here we have from the 30th anniversary collection a Naboo soldier. Very cool outfit. Looks kind of like from like the 1980s V series a little bit, but a little better because it's Star Wars. So very cool. Here we have one of the Tusken Raiders, aka the Sand People, from the Power of the Force collection. Very cool stuff. These guys are interesting characters, you know. Very interesting. Oh, and here we have from the Sega Legends collection, we have Bosk, the bounty hunter you saw in Empire Strikes Back. So there you go. This is what was in box 2 when I was collecting toys, and now you've gotten the chance to see my collection. And I just wanted to say thank you for your time, all you fellow collectors. And I just wanted to say thank you to all those people that are bored at work and were looking for any random video to watch on YouTube. I always make these things for you because I know what it is to have boring jobs sometimes. And, you know, if you just have the internet and you want to just look up a random video, then that's why I do what I do. Anyways, thank you very much and see you for next video. And since there's a lot of Star Wars here, I'll say, may the Force be with you. Take care.